So no more broccoli.
Cucumbers though. On I've seen some people doing them on like strings where they have it go up so it grows up on the string.
Interesting.
So
You
yeah,
said cucumbers?
yeah,
Huh. I've never seen that.
be fun to make some pickles or something.
It would. No, for
But
sure. I think it's
yeah, 'cause
easy.
yeah, I don't think cucumbers are hard. I tried one year, but I jacked it up. So I think I did it in a pot or something stupid. I just need to make some beds. I'm trying to get my grass under control. That's the real,
Okay. Is
yeah,
it
well,
is it off the
the
chain?
real. It's not doing. It's got a lot of weeds growing in right now. So I'm asking chat what I'm supposed to do.
So big AI guy these days.
I've been transitioning for sure. It's kind of helpful for some stuff. Not
I've
everything,
I've heard my coworker
but
is
not
like
a,
deep in the AI game. Like
yeah.
he's like, listen to what I talked to AI about last night. And honestly, I mean,
Oh,
some of the stuff's
yikes.
impressive, like the
Hmm.
stuff he can come up with.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, it's wild. No, it messed up once when I was trying to lay out. So our daughter's going to move to her own room, or she already is in her own room, but she's moving to a different room. And so I had to we were putting stuff up on the walls, like a picture frame molding thing or whatever. So I was trying to have it spaced out for me and be like, hey, this would look good. And I went to go put it up and start like laying it out. And I was like, there's like a whole foot of space that's unaccounted for. What is happening?
mm,
And it was like, good catch. Yes, that was wrong. I'm like, aren't you supposed to always be right? I'm confused. But now there's a little blurb on it that it's not from me, but I've now noticed the blurb that says, check everything because it could be wrong.
mm.
So anyway, didn't know it,
Gotta check
but
everything.
yeah,
Let's see, I'm pulling up what we haven't talked about yet.
I do use AI for my notes, and that is great.
I bet.
We have a program for that, and it is pretty incredible. So
Mm.
that is helpful. I
Just
will
gets it
definitely
done
always be
fast.
using that. Oh yeah. And I
Mm.
can do them in the car. It's great.
Dang, that's nice.
Oh yeah.
Without
Yeah.
internet or with internet?
Well, I mean, it's on my phone, so I don't need Wi-Fi.
You do your notes on your phone.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty nice because I
Does
can just
that, do you
dictate
do that
into
in
it.
the clinic too?
No, 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 no. I do the main like exercise and stuff, like the billing part on my computer,
Mm.
and then I'll do because it picks up my dictation better on my phone than it does on my laptop with
Okay.
background noise and all of that. But evals, simple.
Easy money.
Just listens to everything we talk to, and it's like, this is great. I don't have to
Mm.
be a creative writer. It's got me.
I fe- I
So
feel
it's
like Lance
helpful.
and Hunter maybe. I think maybe Focus uses something like that. I feel like this isn't the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
They
it was
made it.
you. Who knows?
We've been using it for probably 6 months now, at least. So super helpful. It's clutch.
Wow.
But anyway,
I feel like
pretty nice.
my notes are easier, honestly. I feel like in the nursing home,
They really are.
that's
Just
just
is what it is.
sorry if that offends people, but notes are easier if you work in the nursing home, or at least they should be.
If they're not, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, you're overcomplicating life. The person
Yes.
needs to go from the bed to the wheelchair.
Diminishing returns.
We're not talking about the rotator cuff.
Just get to the wheelchair.
Reduced lower extremity strength.
Dang, that's pretty easy. United would be like, no more visits if I wrote that.
I mean, I put more than that, but I'm not going in depth about different special tests and
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fair. No
all
need
that
to
kind of
do a
stuff.
no need to do a Hawkins Kennedy. So
I don't even know what that is.
It's a stupid test anyway. It's about shoulder impingement. It hurts everybody. So super helpful.
I'm not a lab A type of guy.
Nah,
I'm not going to
dude.
overdo it. Like you said, diminishing
Hey,
returns.
diminishing returns. That's the name of the game.
I'm going to do what I
So
can.
you go. That's all you need to do.
Um, I was gonna, what was I gonna ask you? Oh, I was gonna say when we talk about this article, I was like, should we call it the Academy or Journal Club?
The Academy.
Like,
That's a great question.
welcome to the Rose Academy.
No, maybe not. I haven't trademarked it. That's probably already a thing somewhere.
We could just call it Journal Club, I guess.
Yeah, I think Journal Club is. That's what I always. I still. That's what I did. I've made my staff PTs do that last Thursday. Just called it Journal Club. JC.
That's fun. I will
Oh
say,
yeah.
Rachel was on Instagram the other day and she got some email about this therapy clinic hiring a front desk
Hmm.
employee, and she was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of this place or whatever."
Hmm.
And it's close to where we live, and at least online, it looks, I feel like they're
Hmm.
like making some content that is very up your
Hmm.
alley and like Lancet Hunter's alley.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. It started messing with me
Hmm.
a little bit if it could be a future location because there's so many crappy outpatient places. And
Hmm.
honestly, I'm just not willing to go there.
I
I'm just
agree.
like,
Well,
I'm gonna chill
you
at
had
the
the
rehab.
worst. You had the worst experience, I feel like.
I mean, a lot of people have a similar, honestly, actually, two of my coworkers at the nursing home worked for PT
Ah,
Solutions too.
yep. There
But
you
it's
go.
not just them. Like, I feel like I won't name all the
I don't know. We
names.
can we can just call them all out right now if you want.
I just feel like I've heard a lot of stories of a
Oh yeah.
lot of different places. And even if it's not like they're working you to the bone, it's like
Hmm.
nobody cares. There's no
Hmm.
culture. There's not a lot of continuing ed.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, if I'm going to do it, I want to be at a good place. And if I'm not going to be at a good
Hmm.
place, I'm probably just going to stay at the nursing home.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've thought about that before because it's just like it's a lot of work to try to change the culture of
Hmm.
the profession because there's a lot of people that couldn't care less, and there's a lot of
Hmm.
people that just are never going to be convinced, and so
Hmm.
it's a it's brutal trying to convince people that sometimes. So I get it because it's not worth it to just sit there and like be at this place where it's just garbage.
Hmm.
So,
No,
but I
totally.
agree. What's it called? Hmm.
Therapy and wellness or something.
Okay. Hey, well, if they have therapy and they're probably something.
Really?
I don't know. I just feel like the companies that people start, they're always like blank and wellness or
Mm.
I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
that makes sense.
but
Not
I don't
cookie
actually
cutter.
know. Not cookie cutter. Exactly. Not something rehab. So,
Rehab. Trying to
yeah,
think of all the
just
different
rehab.
ones. PT
Yeah.
Solutions. Nah, I
Results.
won't do it. I heard not great stories about them too.
We've poached is not the right word. We've gotten a lot of people that have come from there to come work with us.
They're
So
recovering.
recovering therapists, something like
Well,
that.
I guess
Let's
we can get started.
do it.
Welcome back, Andrew, to Unhurried and Honest. Uh,
So glad.
if you haven't seen the past two episodes, this is my good friend and physical therapy expert, Andrew Rose.
Expert, loosely.
Probably hates that term.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I probably should. Maybe I should start using it more.
I
Carry
mean,
some
in a
weight.
way, you are an expert. But
It's true.
if you haven't listened to the past two episodes, would greatly recommend to do so. Um, I was going to recap what we talked about, but honestly, it's so many different things. But I would say loosely, it's about different modalities. ice, stretching, all these things, how they may not be optimal for your recovery. We talk about what's more important, talk about all sorts of myths that people come in with about their shoulder, back, knee. Uh, li Lies may be too strong of a word, but it might be the right word. People are deceived a little bit and they think,
Deceptions.
yeah,
That's good.
and
Yeah.
maybe unintentional, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know. But uh, people are told and kind of deceived into believing my body's broken. My body's very fragile. It does not heal on its own. Therefore, I require a surgery or whatever, whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, check them out. The first thing I wanted to do today is because I had a conversation with my dad, I want to differentiate stretching and warm up
Ah,
because
that's perfect.
I
Uh-huh.
think we appropriately downgraded stretching in the
But what
list
do we put? Yeah.
of just like I'm not even going to recap the whole thing, but essentially we
Hmm.
just said stretching is very overrated. If it feels good to you, do it.
Hmm.
But if you are recovering from an injury, put it way down the list, like strengthening, things like that. You want to get strength through length, right?
Yes.
You want to strengthen to your full range of motion. Let that be your stretch. That stuff,
Hmm.
strengthening is going to get more to the root of the issue than stretching, in short.
Yes. Yes.
So my dad was saying, he was like, I thought it was really interesting. He wasn't even disagreeing. My dad is not a therapist. He works in education. He was like, but how am I supposed to get ready for a workout if I can't stretch?
Yeah.
So I was like, I had to ask, what are you talking about? Like, what is stretching? What are you saying is
Yeah.
stretching? And what he described was more of a dynamic warm up. It was not true stretching.
Yeah.
So, like, when we say stretching, we mean 10, 20, 30 seconds of holding a position of not moving, literally just stretching a muscle. Like,
Hmm.
you know, in grade school, touching your toes. Like you're sitting there and you reach, how far can you reach down your shoe? And holding that for 20 seconds. That is a stretch. But like shoulder circles, because my dad would say, I do this.
I'm sure.
Is this wrong? And I was like, no, that's actually great. That's a dynamic warm up.
Yep.
You're talking about like, he would do like marches, like swing
Hmm.
his legs back and forth. He's like, how am I supposed to warm up if I can't stretch? And I'm like, well, you're actually not really stretching. I was like,
Hmm.
you're doing exactly what you should be doing.
You're already doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Good
you're just
job.
calling it the wrong word.
We just use a different word.
But I feel like that is kind of
Yeah.
uh that's a pervasive idea. People think
Yes.
stretching equals warm up and vice versa. But when we say stretching, we're talking about statically holding one
Yeah.
position for 10 seconds or more, not moving. I am just
Hmm.
stretching the shoulder muscle.
Just
No
holding
movement for 30 seconds. That's a stretch. Shoulder circles, that's a actual movement. That's an actual dynamic warm up.
it.
So
Hmm.
I wanted to differentiate the difference between stretching and warm ups. Do you
Yes.
have anything to add?
No, I think that's perfect. I think that's great. The sustained contraction. Yeah, I didn't think about the difference in that. Uh, even when you were about to say that and bring that up, that the difference. Yeah, Mallory was saying, she was like, yeah, I was listening to it. You should have talked to me before because I could have also told you that you should have brought up that stretching also activates the parasympathetic nervous system.
Mm,
So if you're going to go and stretch, you're going to wind yourself down more than you're going to be able to ramp yourself up to go do activity. So
hmm
the active dynamic warm up will be more beneficial prior to activity rather
mm.
than the sustained long hold of a position.
Because parasympathetic is rest and digest.
There you go.
So for those who may not know, Parasympathetic, like Andrew's going to calm you down. Your body's going to think you're winding it down for the night or you're about to take a nap if you start stretching. But as you said, if you move dynamically, the
Mhm.
sympathetic system kicks in. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You don't want to
Yes.
get sleepy right before a workout.
Bad idea.
So don't stretch. I don't care what Alan says.
Alan Ingle, hopefully you're listening to this pod. Come join me.
We need to get Alan Engel
Let's
on here,
talk.
man. I can't wait for it. I really hope he watches this.
That would be great.
All right. Well, before we dive into the PT stuff, any good coffee recently? Anything mind blowing?
I'm just always gonna fall to the Ethiopia, just every time. I mean, there's no way around it. Anytime I get a bag and it comes in and it's Ethiopia, I'm like, this is great. I have been
From
trying to just anywhere.
Oh, okay.
I got a 5 pound bag from Kala, and that is still lasting me, and it's so good. That's just like a great repeater.
You don't get tired of it?
But I don't have the same one every day. I mix it up. So I
Oh,
don't
okay.
like, yeah. So like I have, because Black and White sends me two a day, two a day. Sends me a 2 bag, I think, in the month. And those have been, one has been like a more normal and one has been a little bit more funky. That's a fun
Mm,
time diving into
hmm.
the funky stuff. It's
It's
just
crazy.
very unique. It is.
Hmm.
I like it. Most
Hmm.
of the time I like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, it's not like what I would love, but I like that it's
Yeah.
different.
Hmm.
So anything beyond the normal. But I don't have a specific, those are my two.
Mm.
So yeah. The Calla one's really good, man.
It is.
I've been impressed.
Almost,
So
I thought about Rachel went to Birmingham this weekend and we already had some, but I thought not Calla, but we had enough coffee and
mhm.
I thought about getting her to buy a bag of it, but maybe next time because it
Next
is
time.
amazing.
It's really good. It's
And
really good.
she actually bought me a Black and White gift card for Christmas. So it's funny you
Oh
mentioned
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
because I
because you got
texted
that real
y'all.
funky one. Yeah, you got that
Yeah.
real funky
Well, I
one.
was like, I never get black and white.
I
Like
know.
it's expensive. So I was
Hmm.
like, I'm going hard.
Yeah.
And it was almost, I don't know. Like the first cup, I was like, it's almost like too funky. Like it almost like
Hmm.
not like coffee.
Yeah.
But then the
Oh
more I
yeah.
drank it, the more I was like, this is actually so good.
Yeah.
It's like
That's how it is with,
strawberries.
yes, with the funky one, I was like, the first like cup is usually a little like, but then after the next few, I'm like, ooh, actually, I'm kind of looking forward to this.
Okay. That makes me feel, I was like, have I lost
Yeah.
my
No,
elite coffee tasting
dude,
senses? I don't know.
dude. The first time I had a bag that was funky like that was from Stump in St. Louis, and it was like I got it and I made it at the house, and I was like, this was one of the more expensive coffees I've ever gotten, and I don't know that I want to keep drinking it. And I'm like, nope,
Dang.
you have to. And
Yeah.
then by the end of it, I was like, how can I get more of this? And it was sold out. And I was like, I don't know what I just
Mm.
tasted. I don't know how I get it. Anyway, so
So,
yeah, no, it was awful the first time I had it, or I thought it was not great,
yeah.
and now
Dang.
it's good. So
So
there
go
you go.
check out Calla. Go check out Black and White if you're
Hmm.
into coffee. All right. First, so we're actually almost through your list.
Almost. There's
Um,
probably just there's more up there, but
this is the first list. I'm sure we can come up with more. So let's dive into you just said PT recommended by MD. They just
uh,
told me I should go there. So
hmm
what are we getting at here?
yeah, we I am in an area where there are a lot of PT clinics associated with medical practices.
Mm,
Uh, and I have a lot of patients who have had PT experiences at places that their doctor recommended or that their doctor honestly didn't recommend. They just were like, where do you live? And it's not even their doctor, quite frankly. It's the nurses of their doctor who's just like, where do you live? All right, we have a
mm,
relationship with this person. We'll just send your script there. But I just recently had a lady who has a meniscus repair who had a friend who recommended me to her. And she called me and was like, hey, what are you going to do different? Like, you are going to be out of my way for me to come see you. What are you going to do different? And I knew the PT place that she was sent to, or the PT place that she was looking at. And I was like, honestly, you're going to get a higher level treatment. You're going to get these certain things. We're going to get you back to this level of activity. Um, like I talked to her about BFR and trying to do different things. She wants to maybe get back to running, um, which is a good thing. I try to be honest with her of your meniscus repair is honestly going to be better off than not. Um, anyway, I think it is invaluable that people reach out and figure out who they're going to see, because if they don't, I mean, you're the process after surgery or after an injury is so much more important
Mhm.
than the 20 minutes of a whatever. Um, and so making sure you pick that right person to walk with you through all of that is incredibly important. And honestly, if a doctor is going to recommend somebody, you should even just straight up ask them. Because I've had some doctors who send me, they're like, "Hey, you have this issue. I think you should go see Andrew for this, and go
Wow.
see them for that." Which I feel proud about.
Hmm. That's amazing.
But
Yeah.
but people actually taking advantage of that and like um, researching it on their own, seeking out the important part, witnessing a treatment session. I mean, I'm like, just show up, call, walk in,
Hmm.
um, and figure out if it's a place for you. Because if it's not, then I would, if they don't want to make the time of day to do that to you, then I think you may want to find another place. Now, sometimes they're so busy that it's hard to do that, but doing your due diligence is important
Hmm.
in that realm. I think of the patients who I've had in the past who like have been on me, and then something happens and then they get put on another therapist, or
Hmm.
vice versa. And I'm like, that person's course of their treatment just changed
Hmm.
quite dramatically depending on the therapist.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know, to me, it's hard for me to sit in that reality of like, you have a long road ahead of you, and it could be longer if you're with the wrong person.
Sure.
So that's what
Could
that all
could
was.
never end
Correct.
with the wrong person.
Or they just may be, you may just stop and be like, I don't know, it wasn't worth it. I had
Hmm.
plenty of those people where like I went a few times and I was kind of just doing the same stuff on my own at home. So I stopped. And like, that's not worth it.
Yeah, understandable.
So yeah,
If that's all
not
it
great.
is,
But
might as well
yeah,
just go home and do it.
yeah, there's no point in sitting there wasting your time if you can go through all of it on your own
Hmm.
without some sort of skilled intervention at some point. And that's not hooking up stim pads. Shots fired.
For sure. I wish there was a
Yeah.
way for people to, I wish there was like a website that was like this, these are the really skilled places. These are
That's
the
fair. Yeah. Yeah.
places. But I
Yeah.
don't know how we could ever do that.
Well, I mean, I will say some of the things I've noticed, if they have an Instagram page or a Facebook page, they will put things up on there.
Mm.
Now, not everybody, but like that, most of the ones that are trying to do stuff different are trying to get into that realm.
It's something.
Um, yeah.
It's better than
If they,
nothing.
correct. If they have their therapist on their website, they're probably trying to do something. There's a lot of big companies. You look at the website, you're never going to see your therapist on there.
Hmm.
Like, not at all.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
I think
It's good
those are
things to think about.
two. I think those are two simple, easier ways of like, what are these people doing? Are they trying to push the profession? If they're not, then are they just running out the clock when you show up? Probably,
Get out
maybe.
of there.
So yeah, taking
Mm.
advantage of that is huge. But I would say those are probably two ways:
Yeah, that's
social
good to know.
media and their website,
Okay.
tangible.
Yeah, I think that could help a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I think that's a good point. Try to figure out where you're going. Try to make sure it's a good place. Not all therapy places are equal. They're just not,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
stinks. But some people don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if you're recovering, try your best to find a good place
Exactly. Or even
because
find online somebody good.
there's no guarantee your doctor is sending you to a good place,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though they're a doctor.
Yeah.
They've
Well, and
probably never
honestly,
been there.
half the time they're not even the ones sending, is what I've noticed. Like when my doctor sent me, and then you
Really?
find out it's really just like their nurse asked where they live. And so they just say, hey, I'm going to send you to this place. Like, unless they intentionally say to you, I'm going to send you to X at this place, then they honestly probably have not done that. Because it's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it takes they see how many people when they're in clinic, like to sit with each person and be like, I want you to see this,
Mm,
um, is probably much less likely for them
hmm
to have been doing that, and rather a job for the nurse to figure out where you live to just send to the connection they have,
hmm
unfortunately.
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah,
crazy. I've never thought about how that works
yeah,
in the outpatient
yes,
world.
yeah, uh-huh.
So take responsibility for your own
Well,
recovery.
exactly. You got to
Don't
take ownership. It's your body. Nobody else
don't
is going to care
have to
about it.
do what everyone tells you to.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or follow me on social media and just I'll tell you what to do.
Got some good content.
It's brutal.
Um, we are um this
Yeah, you need to
Zoom is running out of
swap it.
time. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and stop it and then send you a new email.
Okay. All right. That works.
All
I'll
right.
pull it up. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, probably pretty close.
Okay. Sweet. Let's get through these last two.
We can make it happen.
We finally can make it through the first list. I'm ready for the second list though.
Oh, I'll start cooking quick.
Okay, so we talked about uh yeah, PT recommended by your MD. Take responsibility, do your own research, go to the best therapy place you can find. It doesn't have to be who the nurse of your doctor thinks is closest to you. Um,
Correct.
all right, next point. Back is all core. All you need to work on is your core strength. What is the axe that you're grinding
Ah,
here?
heavens, dude. God, the number of people that there's a very massive important piece to back pain in making sure you have a strong core. But I think all people think a core is your six pack, and that is so not true. Also, we could really go down a rabbit hole, and I give people this exercise of activating my deep core exercise, or yeah, my deep core exercise or muscles with pelvic tilts and with all these things, which are probably not entirely wrong, but you're probably not good enough to activate one multifidi or only your transverse abdominis or only your
Hmm
um, so a lot of people are like, well, I've tried to train my core to do these things, and they're on the machine at the Y doing this, and I'm like, that ain't gonna help your back pain. It's called repeated flexion, and a lot of people respond to repeated extension. So maybe that's not the right way to go. Uh, but the the maybe it's not a misconception, but the thought that I just need to strengthen my core and my back will be fine. I always tell people, I think your back or your core goes your back, your core goes from your elbow to your knee. Like I think it is all connected through that whole space. Your hips
Elbow
play a
to the
vital
knee.
role, elbow to the knee, because there are attachment sites
Hmm
of things that are attached to your trunk that go towards those places. Um, and so by having control of those things, it is important, but it's well beyond just this little section right here. Um, and not only is it there, but it's also on the backside, the spot where you are terrified to work. I mean, there's
hmm
studies that show that people with chronic low back pain have a smaller cross-sectional area of their paraspinals than those that don't. And
hmm
so, how are we going to make those muscles stronger if we don't also stress your back? Like, we need to
hmm
also do that. And so, you can't just go and work on your core and think your back pain's going to go away. You need specific things. You need somebody to walk you through how to stress that. And you need to not be afraid of all those other movements. Like you're just
Hmm.
going to keep getting weaker and hurt more if you do that. Just like
Hmm.
people who bench press all the time, they usually have shoulder problems because all they do is this motion right here. And so then they have issues with getting up overhead and doing all these things. Like you need to work the other side too.
Hmm.
Um, and so just because your back is hurting does not mean you need to avoid that. And it goes well beyond just strengthening your little area of your core.
Because what, like, I think, I mean, you said elbow to the knee. That was my question
Mm-hmm.
for you that a
Mm-hmm.
coworker of mine asked me one time and told me to
Mm-hmm.
go research was what is the core? There's no definition really
Correct.
for your core. And
Mm-hmm.
like you, I mean, we don't have to get deep on the anatomy, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's layers on the front and the
Lots.
back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's, like you said, your transverse abdominis, but there's your obliques on top of that. There's what, multiple layers of back muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Um, are your lats part of your core?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would think your glutes have to be.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff coming out about how the opposite glute and the opposite lat work together to
Really?
cross into your low back and provide you a sling of
Mm,
support through your low
okay.
back. And I've done it with a lot. I mean, I have a guy right now that when we do a bunch of other stuff specifically for his legs or specifically his arms, he hurts. When we activate one of those while working the other, his back pain is not increasing.
Mm,
Uh, and so I think that's a helpful piece because when we work, that's the other thing too, is people are always afraid to rotate. They're like, I work on my core by doing, I don't know, isometric holds or pelvic tilts or whatever.
hmm.
And our body's supposed to twist and move and bend and flex and do all these things. And so if we have these tissues that are going opposing each other across our back like this, well, then we probably need to stress it like this
Hmm.
in those different directions. Um, you talk about the lats. There are, I always ask this question of every new grad class or group I see. Is how many muscles attached to the shoulder blade? 17, unless you count three with the deltoid and three with the traps, but 17. That's a lot. And a lot of those come out towards your shoulder.
Mm,
Um, and so if there's that many muscles working on those things at once, one, you're not going to be able to work just one of them at a time.
hmm.
But two, you also should work many of them at once.
Hmm.
Um,
It's just
and
how it
so
is.
to correct.
It's
Yeah,
just
good
how it
luck trying to
works.
only activate one. Like that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it is important to go beyond just those core exercises that somebody may have printed out for you.
Hmm.
You need to be stressed. If you are a high level person, or if you're a blue collar worker, or if you do yard work, you need more than pelvic tilts with variations. Maybe
Hmm.
initially, like there is helpful for a very specific group of people,
Hmm.
but if that's all you do, you're not preparing for life. Like
Hmm.
you need other stuff.
Because it's
Um,
not, would you say it's not a correct dosage?
Correct. You're probably getting underdosed, and
Yeah,
that's not a good thing. There are easy exercises that can be properly dosed
for sure.
and be hard for you, even if you are a high functioning person, and that's okay. But the
Hmm.
purpose is this small group of exercise. It's usually back pain, hamstring stretch, TA, bridge, clam, modality, and it's like what they're going to go mow their lawn later today. What did you just? You didn't do anything.
Hmm.
Like that's going to be harder on them than what you just did today. Like if we
Hmm.
don't meet the demand, you're not going to get better. If we're doing everything down here and your capacity is here, well, you're not going to get better. I have a bunch of osteoporosis ladies right now, and I have to like hammer them with that. Is like you've been lifting the same 5 pound weight for 10 years. No wonder your bone mineral density has gotten no better and gotten worse. Like you need to train
Hmm.
at your capacity, or else things are not going to change.
Hmm.
And the same goes for back pain. There's something that came out recently where it talked about specific, or not even not specific exercise, but just resistance exercise uh, for people with non-specific chronic low back pain, and how it was improving in their overall function. If you do free
Hmm.
weights, you have to stabilize your trunk in order to do those activities, which is going to help to activate those muscles. I always describe it as a, it's like if I'm in a boat and I need to get to shore. Well, I'm going to throw a rope towards a dock that's connected to the ground somewhere so
Hmm.
that I can pull on that dock, as opposed to some floating dock or a floating piece of wood. I'm going to pull the wood to me. That's not helpful. So when you're
Hmm.
working out, your trunk is that stable
Mm.
thing that you're pulling against. So if I'm going to stand and do these exercises, that's going to strain and stress my core, which is what I need. Uh, and so just sitting in a machine is not going to help you. Doing crunches is not going to help you. Laying down on a mat, unless stressed well, is probably not going to help you.
Mm.
Um, it goes beyond that. And I think the
Hmm.
core goes beyond that little section on the front of our stomachs.
For
So
sure. And there's
that's
no
the important
magical
part.
exercise.
Correct.
Like you said,
Unfortunately.
we live in we all rotate and reach up and bend
Hmm.
down and move side to side every day, pretty much.
Yep.
And so like eventually, like at first, if your pain's severe, maybe you're not going to do a lot of exercises in all
Hmm.
three planes of movement. But eventually
Hmm.
you're going to have to do something in those planes.
Yes.
And you
And
want it
if
to be, it has to end up being somewhat difficult or it's not helping.
yes, and if somebody tells you you can't, leave, because that
Hmm.
is, God, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is, well, they told me I'd never do this again. And I'm like, what? Did they see you try? Did they walk you through a program to see if you can get you back to it?
Hmm.
If not, then that's just ridiculous. Because then
Hmm.
people wear that as a badge of honor of like, well, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, but why?
Hmm.
I don't like, why would we not just like see what we can get to? Maybe we don't get you back to running a marathon, but you're able to do the fun run on during the turkey trot with your kid with your grandkids.
Yeah.
Great. Sorry we didn't get you to a marathon, but like people told you never run again, and here you are doing this.
Hmm.
Uh, I just think it's incredibly vital not to limit yourself to that and to allow yourself to push your limits.
Definitely. Definitely. Don't accept your limitation.
Hmm.
Um,
Exactly.
all right, last. Well, I guess you kind of just started on this one,
Uh-oh.
but the last one on your original list is age-related injury modifications. I just have to be careful when I work out. I can't do X, Y, Z. My back, shoulder, knee can't do that.
Mm,
So I guess you kind of started.
yeah. Yeah, I already did. When it comes to age related things, which we'll talk about probably even more here in a second, uh, it is different people respond to different things. Different people have had different stresses in life. Different people can do activities well. Looking at somebody's imaging and their age alone is not helpful. Um, I have a guy right now who had an ACL repair and a quad tendon repair, of which he had the quad tendon repair was in a, what was he? He was in a cast. This was in 1997, in a cast for who knows how long. I don't even remember how long to let that heal before having the ACL repair. So his knee was
Jeez.
trash. And this dude likes to play sand volleyball. He's 60, about to be 60. Uh, Tall guy, but is in the sand wanting to play volleyball. He's like, I'm going to do it. So, like, but this is the problem I have. And he would squat down to not even 90 and his knee would just give out.
Oh
He
my
could
gosh.
probably only bend his knee to, I think maybe I'd have to look, maybe 100. Uh, just awful, quite
Mm,
frankly, for what he
yeah.
wanted to do and not safe either. He's like, if
Hmm.
I run forward, I can't stop. If I run backward, I can't stop. Like it's just it's going to give out. And so with him, it was like people would probably be look at his knee and be like, "Well, you probably need a knee replacement at some point, like now, and you probably don't need to play volleyball anymore." And it's like that's not helpful. Now
Hmm.
he's able to back squat past 90 with weight.
Wow.
He's able to box jump. He's able to laterally jump side to side. He can squat. I mean, he can do an incredible amount of stuff. And it didn't really take that much. Now he's kind of hard headed. He's a Marine, so like he's gonna get after it. But like those things that he could not do are now things that are a part of his everyday workout and
Hmm.
are not cause for injury or cause for anything worse.
Wow.
Um,
That's
so to
amazing.
be limited, unless somebody has truly gone through all of that with you and like walked you through a timeline of, all right, we did this, we did this, we did this, we did this. Every time we do this, you still do not, whatever. Then that person does not have a good, if they haven't done that with you, then they don't have any sort of rationale to tell you no. Even if you're looking at history, like, oh, people your age with this, I rarely see them come back to whatever. And it's like, okay, like how many have you actually seen? What have you actually done? Like you
Hmm.
let them try. What's the worst that
Hmm.
happens?
Yeah.
They actually show that they can't. Great. Now they know. But maybe we figured out 10 other things they can do instead.
Hmm.
Um, so to default to an age related change or an injury of some kind will just close your world down more.
Hmm.
And I think that's the way I describe it to people is the more that you have no to, the smaller your world becomes. The more you have
Hmm.
yes to, the larger it becomes. And so
Hmm.
that's what you need to be able to get out to do is
Hmm.
see all of that. We don't need to limit it because of some possible preconceived notion. My grandfather's 92. He probably could have beat me in racquetball up to, I don't know, 3 years ago.
Wow.
Like was incredibly active.
Hmm.
Um, and just sharp and yeah, sure, some people don't have that, but you saying there's just no reason to say no.
Hmm.
You can do things, you can do them well. What did the cavemen do when they busted something? Just stopped, died, and withered away. They had to figure out a way to survive. Like our bodies are impressive.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't have to say cavemen. I could just even say the Israelites, who are a bunch of weirdos. We go on a real tangent there, but they I honestly probably would just stop, wither, and die. Quite frankly, but like they're out in the desert. Somebody tears their ACL. What are they going to do? Just stop?
Got to keep
No,
going.
they got to keep going. They don't have anything else. And so I just to limit yourself in that way closes off your world, and that is not where you want to head.
Hmm. So your guy, because a thought I had while you're talking about the guy with the knee replacement, or that they
Yeah,
recommended the knee
yeah.
replacement. Tell me if you disagree. If he had gotten the knee replacement, he would have never played sandlot ball again.
Uh, I would have told him he could,
Well, yeah,
but
not like we told him to, but like
yeah, no, no,
with
no. I
how
mean,
weak that leg already
oh
was
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
get a knee
Got it,
replacement,
got it.
that he would have never
It
like
would have been a very
he's
long road, a
he's 10
very long
times
road.
more recovered now with you than maybe he
Yeah,
ever could have. I wouldn't say
yeah.
could have been, but like it would have taken 3, 4 times as
It
long
would have taken, yeah, it would have taken longer because he wouldn't have had all that
for
beforehand.
the same
And then he had
result.
this, yeah, then he had this, would have had this massive surgery, which then put you behind even farther. I would have tried to get him back to play volleyball at
For
some
sure.
point, even if he had it, but it definitely would have been a lot longer road to get there. I have 4 people right now avoiding knee replacements and that we are doing stuff to try to do. Some of them are getting PRP, some of them were doing needling, some of them, a lot of them were working on trying to improve their range of motion and then add strength on top of it, going to ranges they didn't think were possible. Honestly, the dry needling protocol that I was taught for it is pretty impressive and pretty
Really.
helpful. Yeah, I've used it a lot. I'll have to find that article because they tested it and people got better, had symptom improvement relatively quickly.
Mm,
Which is that's probably a lot of what arthritic stuff is symptom related
hmm
change. And so,
hmm
um, anyway, yeah, he would have had a much longer path to recovery if he even got back to where he was because of
Yeah.
the limitations he had prior to, which then
hmm
goes back to one of our first points of prehab.
Yeah.
Like before you have surgery, see what you can get before and then get cut on.
hmm
Because you're going to have a better outcome getting cut on than if you just were cut on when you were hurt.
hmm And just another overall point of, I mean, it sounds stupid, but like, just be active.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it's
Move.
not cool workouts and all this stuff, just move. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
more you move, the better. Because a lot of times I feel like someone needs a knee replacement or whatever, they need a
Mm-hmm.
surgery. And a big part of that is because of lack of movement. Like,
Correct.
and not always. Like, I use my
Yeah.
dad as an example, like both knees replaced by the time he's 60, but like
Yeah.
he was active as all get out. That happens. But
Correct.
on
Yeah.
average, a lot of these things are because you're not moving, you're not exercising, you're not lifting weights, you're not walking.
Mm-hmm.
So then I feel like we talked about it with Hunter and Lance. You get the surgery and it's supposed to magically heal your body, but it's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
you actually like the root of the issue is like
Yeah.
in some form a lack of movement. So that surgery may give a temporary relief, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
But then it's like you're not the root of it all is not changing at all.
Yeah.
And actually, it's probably worse now post surgery because your
Mm-hmm.
muscles are a lot weaker after surgery
Yep.
than they even were before.
Yep. Stuff you couldn't do, you still can't do because you
Yeah.
didn't teach it how to do it prior
Yeah. It's not just going to come back,
to. Correct. Correct. Yeah.
unfortunately.
Nope. If you don't use it, you lose it.
And
It's
that
very true.
is this, like people quote that all the time, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
And also, what I like to tell some of my patients is um, if like you can, I forgot the exact phrase, but you can regain it is what I'm trying to say. Like
Yes.
you
Yeah.
don't have to lose it forever.
Correct.
You can start
Yeah.
using it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It may
And
take a
it
second,
can
but
come
yeah.
back. So it's not like if you don't use it, you lose it forever. Like the opposite of that is
Mm-hmm.
true. Like
Correct.
you've neglected something, it's not too late.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
body, the body is always changing.
Exactly. The body is ready to adapt, but it adapts to the loads that are put upon it.
Mm,
So could
that
be a
sounded deep.
there's a lot to actually unpack with that for sure. As I think about that. But I mean, if you have those stresses there, like your body's going to adapt to respond to that.
Mhm.
Um, it's about doing that well and doing it in the right situation and the right uh, patterns and stuff. And but it can respond back to it if you stress it the right way.
Mhm.
So
So, main takeaways today, don't accept you can't do this for an answer. Try to find a good PT place, possibly with social media presence and
possibly,
a picture
possibly,
on the website might help. Don't take no for an answer when it comes to your body and pain and recovery. Do everything you can. Surgery is not a magic pill. Um,
hmm
and try to not shrink your world
correct,
as much as possible. Even if a doctor who knows a lot of information tells you you're 70, you need to stop this. Challenge that.
correct.
Ask
Yeah,
why. Talk to a PT. Ask them what they think about that.
try for yourself.
Yeah, try for yourself. Think for yourself.
hmm Absolutely, I agree with that.
Well, cool.
You trying to talk about this?
Let's do it. Let's do.
This is a quick one, so it's not even that hard, but
We
it
only got a
fits.
few minutes, but we're gonna
It's all
jump
right.
into our next segment. Maybe we'll keep this up. Journal Club.
I wish there was like a theme song or something you played right now, like in the background. I don't
I
know
need to
what,
look into
but
that.
I keep thinking there's like a UFO theme song that I'm thinking of. It's like a
What?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
That's hilarious.
Just
All
sounds
right,
ridiculous.
Andrew, teach us.
All
Teach us what
right.
you have for us.
So there's an article that recently came out that supports so much of what we've talked about uh, in this in these episodes of this podcast. But there was a study in JAMA, JAMA,
Hmm.
which is a medical journal that looked at the amount of rotator cuff tears in a relatively normal population. And
Hmm.
so what they did is they pulled a bunch of people who had been previously studied for Finland. They were just in a study in 2000 and they were put in to just be able to track them and see what they looked like. And so they used that database to pull those people out um, to then MRI their shoulders. None of these people specifically had shoulder pain or specifically did not have shoulder pain. In fact, over that full group of people, I think they said 17% of people had shoulder issues. And out of the group that they were able to do MRIs on, I think 18% of them had shoulder pain,
Wow.
or vice versa, one of the two. I can't remember the difference. But so it was pretty relatively equal. So it wasn't like they just biased one side towards absolutely no shoulder pain versus shoulder pain.
Hmm.
But they took an MRI, they took a 3 Tesla MRI, which I guess is a really fancy magnet that can look really well. And they had people read the MRIs and say if they thought they had a rotator cuff tear, if they thought they had what they had. In this study, they had, let me find it, they had how many? 602 people, 47 or 41 to 76. So a really large age
Hmm.
number, but also a ton of people, 602 people, 1,204 shoulders because they MRI'd everybody's shoulder, both of their shoulders. And what they found is that there were only 7 people in the whole study that had rotator cuffs with no injury on them, like
Wow.
perfectly intact, no issue, no tendonitis, no anything. 7 out of 602 did not have something related to the rotator cuff.
That's crazy.
And as they got older, that they got obviously worse. The people that did not have findings were under 50, 54 and under were the only people that had perfect
Mm.
rotator cuffs.
Wow.
Everybody else had something, which then if you extrapolate that downward, I mean, we're 33. These age groups are about 5 years apart. Sure, there probably would be a few more as you went younger into your 30s and stuff, but even then they probably would show. And you can see on the graph it like, I don't know, I think it's interesting how it just that
Hmm.
the area of impairment continues to grow as it goes as you get older.
Yeah.
Uh, but they also had people that read the MRIs. So this is another thing that people probably say is, well, the people that read the MRIs don't know what they're talking about. Well, they had people with, I think, up to 10 years of experience, but they also had 2 people read the MRIs. And the inter-reporter reliability ranged from 0.86 to 0.96 across individual rotator cuff tendons, reflecting almost perfect inter-observer agreement, which means that when they read it, they all pretty much agreed at what they saw,
Hmm.
uh, which is then goes off of that point of, okay, they don't know how to read it. Well, apparently, then all of them don't know how to read it because they all pretty much agreed on where they were. So
Wow.
99% of people in this study had some sort of rotator cuff pathology
Wow. That is
under
crazy.
imaging. And I can't remember, dang, there was another thing about it. There's one other stat related to symptomatic versus asymptomatic. 96 rotator cuff abnormalities were observed in 96% of asymptomatic shoulders and 98% of symptomatic shoulders. So, all this to say, you probably have a rotator cuff tear or injury of some kind.
Hmm.
It's not the end of the world. It can be taken care of. And there was one statement in here where they said that we probably should stop saying that people have rotator cuff tears, and we just talked about this a little bit, but we should probably relate it more to age related changes rather
Mm.
than a true rotator cuff tear. Um,
Mm.
which I would probably agree with after all of this. Just like arthritis. Arthritis is not a it is a disease, but it doesn't just like travel around your body looking for the next joint to attack. It's an age-related change that is normal and
Hmm.
expected. Rotator cuff pathology is probably an age-related change and probably expected.
Hmm.
Um, I joke that this backs up everything I've talked about, but
It
honestly,
does.
595 out of 602,
Pretty good.
that's pretty like to me that seems pretty helpful
It's
to
almost
show
100.
that like yeah, I mean, sorry, it's 99%. Like if that is true,
Hmm.
then I think we need to probably take a step back in how we do different things. And I mean, it goes back to taking ownership of your own care.
Hmm.
If you know that it is normal for people to have this, your initial jump is not to say I need surgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, there are other ways for you to get better. And if it's an age-related change, it's slowly been happening over time. Like a pair of jeans, there's a little fray once a week. It eventually is going to show big, but if you've lived
Hmm.
with that, I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Or can be if you find the right people.
Hmm.
So,
So
Journal Club,
96.
episode one.
I love it. That was great. Professor
That's an easy
Rose,
one. Yeah.
Dr.
Right.
Rose.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we'll have to do it again. So a major point I just wanted to jump off what you said.
Hmm.
96% of people without shoulder pain
Hmm.
have issues with their rotator cuff, according to a study. So
Hmm.
I think you just said it, don't jump straight to surgery. If your shoulder's hurting, and especially if you're above 40, um, even if you're below really,
Hmm.
and if your shoulder hurts and you have a rotator cuff tear per an MRI, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't
It's
matter.
it's a piece of the puzzle,
Yeah.
but
Don't let it
it
get
isn't
in
the
your head.
glaring piece. Yeah, don't let it get in your head. Really easy to say, but yeah.
I'm sure. But yeah, Journal Club episode 1. Thank you, Andrew. I know we're running short on time, so
That's all right. It's a fun one.
this is more fun than work, right?
Oh, absolutely. I can do this all day, mostly.
We'll come up with another list.
Oh, it's easy.
Give
I
me
can
some
make that happen.
another list. Give me some more articles. We'll do some more podcast and journal club soon.
We'll make it happen.
All right, brother.
All right, dude.
Have
I
a great
appreciate
day.
it. Yeah, man. I'll talk to you later. Good
All
luck with
right.
the house. Let me know
Thank
if it
you.
figures itself out, and let me
Yeah.
know what you grow. I'm ready for it.
I'll be texting you for advice.
Hey, I will live through others growing since I don't have any raised garden beds. So maybe I'll get something up this year, but it's not looking likely with baby three here shortly. I think I'm going to be right in the middle of that, rather than
The hands are
growing
full.
vegetables. Yeah, well, yes, absolutely.
All right, well, I'll keep you
Oh
updated.
man. All right, man. Sounds good. I'll
All
talk
right.
to you later.
See you, Andrew.
All right, see you, bro.